These aren't just rumors. They are the stories of 10 famous fathers. Their secret relationships led to the birth of illicit love children. Their actions rocked families and shocked the public. Each name on this list holds a tale of secrecy, betrayal, and unexpected revelations. Jack Nicholson, the enigmatic legend's hidden daughter. One of Hollywood's most enigmatic figures had a closely guarded secret. In 1981, Danish model Winnie Hallman gave birth to Honey Hallman. Jack Nicholson was the father. The affair began while Jack was still involved with actress Angelica Houston. Jack's relationship with Winnie was brief but intense. For years, Honey's existence was a secret. Jack did not publicly acknowledge her until much later. Honey grew up in Denmark, away from the Hollywood spotlight. She was raised primarily by her mother, Winnie. Despite the secrecy, Jack financially supported Honey and stayed in touch. In a rare interview, Jack spoke about fatherhood. Children give your life a resonance that it can't have without them. However, he rarely mentioned Honey publicly. Jack's public persona was that of a bachelor and ladies' man, which added to the intrigue surrounding his private life. Honey's existence became more widely known in the 1990s. She made a brief foray into acting, appearing in Danish films and TV shows. Despite her father's fame, Honey kept a low profile. She chose a life away from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Jack's other children, Lorraine and Ray, from his relationship with Rebecca Broussard, were more publicly known. Honey, however, remained a lesser-known part of Jack's family. The dynamic was complex, with Honey having a different upbringing compared to her half-siblings, Warren Beatty, the Casanova's surprise son. Renowned for his charm and numerous romantic entanglements, Warren Beatty's personal life has often been the subject of intrigue and speculation. Among his many relationships, his role as a father stands out, particularly his relationship with his transgender son, Stephen Ira Beatty. Stephen Ira Beatty was born to Warren Beatty and Annette Bening on January 8, 1992. Beatty and Bening, both acclaimed actors, have a long-standing and stable marriage, which contrasts sharply with Beatty's earlier reputation as a Hollywood playboy. Their relationship began on the set of the film Bugsy, and they married in 1992, the same year Stephen was born. Stephen Ira came out as transgender in his late teens. Since then, he has been an outspoken advocate for transgender rights and a prominent voice in the LGBTQ+ community. Stephen's activism focuses on the intersections of trans identity, feminism, and social justice. He has written extensively on these topics and has been involved in various advocacy projects and organizations. Annette Bening has also been vocal in her support for Stephen. She has spoken about the importance of accepting and supporting transgender children, sharing insights from her experience as a mother. Benning's advocacy work complements her son's efforts, and together they have contributed to raising awareness about transgender issues. Stephen grew up largely out of the public eye, thanks to his parents' efforts to protect their children from the intense scrutiny of Hollywood. Besides Stephen, Beatty and Bening have 3 other children, Benjamin, Isabel, and Ella. The family maintains a close-knit and private life, focusing on supporting one another and their individual pursuits. Anthony Quinn, the classic actor's illicit offspring. Celebrated for his powerful performances in films such as Zorba the Greek and Lawrence of Arabia, Anthony Quinn had a dramatic personal life that mirrored his on-screen roles. In the late 1960s, Quinn fathered a daughter, Valentina, with his secretary, Jolanda Adalori, while still married to his second wife, Iolanda Quinn. Quinn's relationship with Jolanda Adalori began during a period of marital strife. Despite his public image as a devoted family man, Quinn's affair with his secretary was an open secret among his close associates. Valentina's birth in 1969 was kept under wraps, with Quinn providing financial support and maintaining a discreet relationship with her and her mother. Valentina grew up largely away from the spotlight. Raised primarily by Jolanda, she enjoyed a comfortable upbringing funded by Quinn's contributions. Despite the secrecy, he made efforts to be a part of Valentina's life, often visiting her privately and ensuring her needs were met. In a 1990 interview, Quinn spoke cryptically about his many children, saying, "I have loved deeply and passionately, and my children are my legacy." This statement was one of the few public acknowledgments of his complex family dynamics. His public acknowledgment of Valentina came much later in life as he sought to reconcile with all his children. Valentina chose a life away from Hollywood, focusing on her personal and professional development. Despite the complex circumstances of her birth, she maintained a respectful relationship with her father. The secrecy surrounding her existence was a protective measure, intended to shield her from the intense scrutiny that came with Quinn's fame. Yolanda Quinn, Anthony's wife, was aware of Valentina's existence but chose to remain publicly silent about it. Their marriage endured despite the affair, with Yolanda often accompanying Quinn to public events. The dynamics of their relationship were complex, shaped by the pressures of Quinn's career and personal indiscretions. Anthony Quinn's other children from his marriages were more publicly known. His sons, Francesco and Lorenzo Quinn, followed in their father's footsteps, pursuing careers in acting and the arts. Valentina, however, remained a lesser-known part of Quinn's extended family, her existence only becoming widely known much later. Rod Stewart, rock legend's secret daughter. The British rock legend, known for hits like Maggie May and Do You Think I'm Sexy, fathered a secret daughter at a young age. In 1963, when Stewart was just 18 years old, he had a brief relationship with Susanna Boffey, a young art student. From this relationship, Sarah Streeter was born. Due to their youth and lack of resources, Stewart and Boffey decided to give Sarah up for adoption. Stewart's burgeoning music career and Boffey's uncertain future led to this difficult decision. Sarah was adopted by a loving family and grew up unaware of her famous parentage. Stewart's career took off in the late 1960s and 1970s, propelling him to international stardom. Despite his public success, the memory of his first daughter remained with him. In a 2007 interview, Stewart spoke candidly about the decision. "Giving up Sarah was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it was the best decision for her at the time." Sarah's existence remained a closely guarded secret for many years. It wasn't until the early 1980s that she learned about her biological parents. After discovering her true parentage, Sarah sought to reconnect with Stewart. Their reunion was initially awkward, but gradually became more comfortable as they built a relationship. Stewart's public acknowledgement of Sarah came in the late 1980s. He expressed regret over the years they had lost, but showed a deep commitment to making up for lost time. "I've been given a second chance to be a father to Sarah, and I'm not going to waste it," Stewart stated in an interview with Rolling Stone. Sarah, who grew up in a stable and loving adoptive family, approached the reunion with caution. She had built her own life and was wary of the media attention that came with being Stewart's daughter. Over time, she and Stewart developed a strong bond, marked by mutual respect and understanding. Stewart's other children from his various relationships were more publicly known, including Kimberly and Sean from his marriage to Alana Hamilton. The addition of Sarah to the family dynamic brought a new dimension to Stewart's life. Despite the complexities, Stewart embraced his role as Sarah's father. Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones' hidden son. The charismatic lead singer of the Rolling Stones is no stranger to controversy. His flamboyant lifestyle and numerous relationships have often made headlines. One of the most notable secrets in his personal life is his son, Lucas, born from an affair with Brazilian model and TV host Luciana Gimenez. In 1998, Jagger was still in a relationship with model Jerry Hall when he met Luciana Gimenez. Their affair was kept hidden from the public eye. In May 1999, Luciana gave birth to Lucas Maurice Murad Jagger. The revelation of Lucas's existence sent shockwaves through the media, as Jagger had to publicly acknowledge the child amidst his highly publicized relationship with Hall. The birth of Lucas marked the end of Jagger's relationship with Hall, who filed for divorce shortly after learning about the affair. The media frenzy surrounding the scandal was intense, with Jagger's private life becoming tabloid fodder. Despite the chaos, Jagger took responsibility for Lucas, providing financial support and ensuring his involvement in the child's life. Jagger's relationship with Luciana Gimenez remained cordial for the sake of their son. Lucas was raised primarily in Brazil, away from the intense scrutiny of the British and American media. Jagger frequently visited Lucas, ensuring they maintained a strong bond despite the geographical distance. In interviews, Luciana often spoke positively about Jagger's role as a father, emphasizing his commitment to Lucas. Lucas grew up aware of his father's fame but led a relatively private life. He occasionally appeared in public with Jagger, particularly at family events and gatherings. Lucas's presence highlighted the complex family dynamics Jagger navigated, balancing his role as a father with his rock star lifestyle. Jagger's other children, including Jade, Georgia May, and James, were more publicly recognized. The addition of Lucas to the family brought a new dynamic, with Jagger striving to integrate all his children. The complexity of Jagger's personal life often mirrored the tumultuous nature of his career, filled with highs and lows. Lucas has embraced his mixed heritage, often traveling between Brazil and the UK. He has expressed pride in his father's legacy while carving out his own identity. In a rare interview, Lucas mentioned, "I love my dad and I'm proud of him. We have a great relationship and that's what matters most." Steven Tyler, rock star's hidden daughter. The dynamic frontman of Aerosmith led a life that epitomized the rock and roll lifestyle, filled with excesses and tumultuous relationships. One of the most compelling stories from his personal life is that of his hidden daughter, Liv Tyler. Born in 1977, Liv's true parentage was kept secret for many years. Liv was the result of Tyler's brief relationship with model and singer Bebe Buell. At the time of Liv's birth, Buell was in a relationship with musician Todd Rundgren. To protect Liv from Steven's notorious lifestyle and substance abuse issues, Buell and Rundgren decided to raise Liv as Todd's daughter. Liv grew up believing Todd was her biological father. The truth about Liv's parentage began to unravel when she was around 9 years old. During a concert, she noticed a striking resemblance between herself and Mia Tyler, Steven's other daughter. This observation led to questions and eventually the revelation of her true father's identity. Liv was introduced to Steven Tyler and gradually built a relationship with him. Steven's reaction to discovering Liv as his daughter was one of joy and determination to be part of her life. Despite the initial shock, he embraced his role as her father. In a 1997 interview, Steven said, "It was a moment of realizing that something wonderful had come out of my crazy life. Liv is my daughter, and I love her." Liv, who would go on to become a successful actress and model, navigated her complex family dynamics with grace. She maintained close relationships with both Todd Rundgren, who had been a father figure throughout her childhood, and Steven Tyler. Liv's upbringing, marked by these dual paternal influences, shaped her into a grounded and resilient individual. Steven and Liv's relationship flourished over the years. They were often seen together at public events, and Liv frequently spoke about her father with affection and respect. "He's a wonderful man and a loving father," Liv mentioned in a 2001 interview. Their bond was evident in both their public appearances and private moments. Steven's other children, including Mia and Chelsea Tyler, were part of this blended family dynamic. The integration of Liv into Steven's life added a unique dimension to his role as a father. Despite the unconventional beginnings, the family forged strong connections, emphasizing love and support. Jude Law, the heartthrob's unexpected news. As a British actor known for his roles in films like The Talented Mr. Ripley and Sherlock Holmes, he found himself in the spotlight not just for his acting prowess but also for his complex personal life. In 2009, Law's affair with American model Samantha Burke resulted in the birth of a daughter, Sophia. Law, already a father to 3 children with his ex-wife, Sadie Frost, was thrust into a media frenzy when the news of Samantha's pregnancy broke. The revelation came as a surprise, and Law publicly acknowledged his responsibility, stating, "I can confirm that following a relationship last year, I have been advised by Miss Burke that she is having a child." Samantha Burke, a model and aspiring actress, met Law while he was filming in New York. Their brief relationship resulted in the birth of Sophia in September 2009. Despite the brevity of their affair, Law took steps to ensure that he fulfilled his responsibilities as a father. Law's public acknowledgement of Sophia marked a significant moment in his personal life. He arranged for financial support and took legal steps to formalize his role in Sophia's upbringing. The media closely followed the story, fascinated by the juxtaposition of Law's public charm and his private responsibilities. Sophia was raised primarily by her mother in Florida, away from the intense scrutiny of the British press. Law made efforts to visit and maintain a relationship with his daughter, balancing his career and fatherhood. The dynamic was challenging, but both parents prioritized Sophia's well-being. Law's other children, Rafferty, Iris, and Rudy, were more accustomed to the public eye due to their father's fame. The addition of Sophia to the family added a new layer of complexity to Law's role as a father. He strived to integrate all his children into his life, ensuring that each felt valued and loved. Ryan Phillippe, the teen idol's secret daughter. Known for his roles in Cruel Intentions and I Know What You Did Last Summer, he found himself at the center of a personal revelation in 2011. Phillippe fathered a daughter, Kai Knapp, with actress Alexis Knapp. The news of Kai's birth was kept low profile initially, surprising many fans and media alike. Philippe's relationship with Alexis Knapp was brief, occurring after his high-profile divorce from actress Reese Witherspoon, with whom he has 2 children, Ava and Deacon. The relationship between Phillippe and Knapp ended before Kai's birth, but the actor remained involved in the pregnancy. Kai was born in July 2011, and Philippe's initial reaction to the pregnancy news was supportive. Despite their split, Phillippe attended doctor appointments and prepared for Kai's arrival. In a 2012 interview, Knapp said, "Ryan has been very supportive, and we're both focused on doing what's best for Kai." Philippe's dedication to Kai was evident from the beginning. He ensured that Kai received financial support and was actively involved in her life, despite not being in a relationship with Knapp. The actor balanced his responsibilities to Kai with his commitments to his older children, Ava and Deacon. Philippe's public acknowledgement of Kai was a significant moment. He was often seen with his children, demonstrating his commitment to being a present father. In interviews, Phillippe spoke about the joys and challenges of fatherhood, saying, "Being a father is the most rewarding thing. It's about being there for your kids no matter what." Liam Gallagher, the Oasis star's Illicit child. The iconic frontman of the British rock band. Oasis is known for his tumultuous personal life as much as his musical career. In 1998, Gallagher fathered a daughter, Molly Moorish, with singer Lisa Moorish while he was still married to actress Patsy Kensit. Gallagher's affair with Lisa Moorish occurred during a particularly volatile period in his life. Despite being married to Kensit, Gallagher's relationship with Moorish led to the birth of Molly, a secret kept from the public for several years. The affair and Molly's existence added to Gallagher's already controversial public persona. Lisa Moorish, a singer known for her work in the British music scene, kept a relatively low profile about her relationship with Gallagher. Molly was raised primarily by her mother away from the public eye. Despite the secrecy, Gallagher provided financial support for Molly and made efforts to be part of her life. Gallagher's relationship with Molly remained largely private for many years. In interviews, he rarely spoke about her, focusing instead on his career and his other children, Lennon and Jean, from his marriages to Patsy Kensit and Nicole Appleton, respectively. The public only became aware of Molly when she was a teenager, as she began to make appearances alongside her father. Molly's relationship with Gallagher evolved over time. Despite the initial distance, they developed a closer bond as she grew older. Molly, who inherited her father's musical talent and charisma, began to forge her own path in the entertainment industry. Lisa Moorish's decision to protect Molly from the public eye proved crucial in her upbringing. Moorish maintained a respectful distance from the media frenzy surrounding Gallagher, ensuring that Molly had a stable and nurturing environment. This approach allowed Molly to grow up with a sense of normalcy despite her father's fame. Ray Charles, the music legend's secret children. The legendary musician, known for his groundbreaking contributions to soul, jazz, and blues, had a complex personal life that extended beyond his illustrious career. Charles fathered 12 children with 10 different women, many of whom were kept from the public eye. Among these, his relationships with Sandra Jean Betts and Mary Ann Denbach were particularly notable for the secrecy surrounding them. In the 1960s, Charles was at the height of his career, but his personal life was marked by numerous affairs. His relationship with Sandra Jean Betts resulted in the birth of a son, Vincent Cauchunian. This relationship was kept under wraps, with Charles providing financial support while maintaining a discreet involvement in Vincent's life. Similarly, his affair with Mary Ann Denbach, a backup singer, led to the birth of a daughter, Sheila Ray Charles. Mary Ann and Sheila lived a relatively quiet life away from the media's prying eyes, with Charles ensuring their financial stability and occasionally visiting them. Sheila Ray Charles, who followed in her father's musical footsteps, eventually spoke about her relationship with Ray. In a 2005 interview, she revealed, "My father and I had a complicated relationship. He wasn't always there, but he made sure we were taken care of. I loved him dearly, despite the distance." Charles's other children, including Ray Charles Robinson Jr. and Robert Robinson, were more publicly known due to their involvement in his musical legacy. In a 2006 interview, Ray Charles Jr. reflected on his father's legacy, saying, "He was a complicated man, but he loved us in his way. We're all part of his story, and we carry his legacy forward."